Shall we begin? Okay. So much I have to talk about. It's as if the whole universe helped me when I was broken-hearted last time, when my fingers didn't do what I wanted them to. And what began was so many things, but I can paint little faces now. Remember, the whole thing for me was the Russo family who came to me. No, if they could see what I'm doing, I'm making files. First of all, I'm becoming more efficient. Here is a file for the Russos. And look what I have here. And everything of theirs from now on, I will not leave things scattered around. Okay? This is the envelope they gave me of photographs of the children. And when I said to Kenny, there's no way I can paint little faces again because my eyes aren't that good, my fingers shake. And I spoke to the Russos and I said, give me good photographs and we're going to have nail scissors, good little scissors, and we'll cut out the faces and paste them on. When I said that to Kenny, he went into conniptions. He was in shock. He said, how can you do that? I said, Kenny, it's multimedia. It works. Artists do that all the time. They paste branches with leaves. They do everything. He said, not on this painting. And when I mentioned it to the Russos, they were so happy that Kenny thought so, because they hadn't liked the idea in the first place. So, it's over with. I can do it. Let me tell you the people who helped me. Let me first speak of Dina and Jeff. I met Dina years and years ago when we had the art gallery, the frame shop, and they came in for framing. And it became this incredible friendship. And here's what Dina did. She got the softest material possible. 2 sizes, so what I need. Actually, I think both of them will work. And today you're going to see what happens. First of all of you know that I can no longer use an easel. And that's heartbreaking because with an easel I could see and do anything I wanted to. But Kenny, can I just put this closer so that you can get introduced to, so you can introduce people to these people? Okay? Can you come here? And first of all, point to Gary, who said he saw somebody on a film painting with a flat surface. And Dory, over here, moved all the furniture in the living room and put the desk this way instead, so that it would have light from this one side and from the other side. So everything is a joint effort, right? But then, look at this. When Kenny worked all last week on putting things down, don't worry because I'm only working on the dry area today because I have to put my arm this way. And when Kenny worked last week with all kinds of containers and things and pasted things together for height and finally found out all I need is a flat surface. So Dina and Jeff bought the material, which was soft and friendly, and created this. Okay? The children will be here. And Kenny, the picture for them is right on the... There, you can show it. These are the children. And think of it, each face that I'm painting will be the size of of half of their hands. Okay, now I do not know which is better right now. For some areas I could use the bigger one, but I think this one is perfect like this. And you know the process. First, cover up. Okay? And I'm not here to advertise any company or anything, but I do have to tell you that I went to a place called Blick, which I guess is like Tiffany's for jewels, except the prices are normal. And I got brushes from them that you're going to see today. I've always used their brushes, but they aged, and I needed, after 20 or so years, I needed to replenish most of them. So, watch this now, okay? First of all, the brushes. I'll take a tiny one because I am only doing tiny people, tiny faces. The faces will be these four children right over here. And the parents will be here, Sue and Vince. Remember, this will take a long time before it's finished because I have to wait in every process until it's dry. I thought that I could get away with it because they're so small, but because they're so small, I have to wait from time to time, keep testing and see, can I put an eyelash there? Okay, now, I have everything arranged here. There is no living room anymore. It became a studio. And thank goodness, my chairs have wheels. That's not because of the painting. It's because I am very handicapped. And it's not going to stop me. And if
you want to put the palette here?
No, because
okay.
My hand is here.
You know what you're doing?
Yeah. Okay. But you see, Kenny, I can move this anywhere that I want to. Because it has wheels. Okay. And my glasses are here. And I'll put them on. And Dina had thought that she would need beanbag, you know, with little beads and things in it to weigh it down. But the beauty of putting my hand on here and feeling so comfortable is something I don't need to change. If you have handicaps, that's only because you have not yet discovered ways and means. So start discovering and let me know everything. Now, I have to get over there. So the only way to do that is to use parts of my body. Kenny, could you reach me that photograph of the Russo kids?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, dear. Okay.
The way you did it before was you leaned the painting on here. Do you want to do that again or no?
No, you know what? Because
Okay.
I think I realized another way of doing it. You realize constantly. You never know what voices tell you what to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to begin with the little girl who is going to be right here. See, now I can go like this. Kenny, look, what I didn't do before is put my arm here, my other arm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm going to explain what I learned. I learned that I cannot paint the way I do when there's an easel. So, in other words, it doesn't listen. Now, I did this face last week, which means it's dry.
Do you want to hold the brush lower?
No, not yet, but I will later. You're right. That's what I learned from the OT lady who showed me how to, instead of doing this, first of all, it takes a little while for my hand to realize that I'm not giving up. Kenny and I were talking about something. But look, I can aim and get it right. What we were talking about was something that I thought was too far out to mention. And Kenny told me Walt Whitman had written about it the way he could. Let me have Kenny read it. Oh no, first I've got to explain. There are voices in all of us, like separate beings. I remember, because of the James Webb telescope, that nature does not do one of a kind. It does different kinds in quantities. And I realized maybe it's possible that all of us carry multiple beings that give us advice and information. Are you seeing how easily I am doing these? And in other words, my hand is not shaking like it is. And that's because I'm honoring what I'm doing. I realized some things you cannot do unless you change the movements that you've had all your life. Now, I've got to do that little bright ribbon because I'm working from a photograph of long ago.
Oh, sorry.
And this is now a young woman. And you see, as I had my finger slip on this white streak, I have to get rid of it. How do I get rid of it? I have sleeves. I have things that I cut out of t-shirts and things which are very soft. And it looks ugly, but it's soft and dry. Okay?
Let me just say that Dina says, hello, Hetty and Ken. Love to you both. And John Taracusa says, "Hi, Hetty. Hi, Ken. Hugs from California. You look very glamorous today, Hetty." And Phyllis says, "Rosy cheeks to match your shirt." And Marsha says, "Hi, honey. Hi, Kenny." And then she asks, "Do you have a Graeber folder?" And she's laughing. And then Danielle Gruss is watching. And
Danielle, I need after you've read the things, I need to hear comments from you. Danielle wanted to know what I had written about lupus. And I badly want to hear her opinions. Because let this program be questions and answers.
For those people who didn't know, almost 50 years ago, Hetty was wheelchair bound with really serious lupus, and she's been in complete remission for about 50 years and went on this huge journey of self-healing to make that happen. Carol Hodkin is watching. Megan Campbell Frasina is watching. Fran Rosenberg is watching. Amy Lauren, Kent Almquist. Kathy says, "I'm waiting for you to say, Kenny, where are my glasses?" LOL. Ed is watching. Ed Weidman says, "Hi, Hetty and Kenny." And Megan Campbell Frasina says, "Hi there. I first heard of Hetty through an arrival in Newsday. I believe I have a piece of her artwork, or perhaps a copy. I saw the picture in the Newsday article I've been following, and I'm so curious about my picture. She's such an inspiration to me." And Amy says, "Hetty, please put yourself in this painting. Didn't you say Eric wants this painting to represent all that is good in the world?"
I am. I'm sitting. Kenny, could you show sitting me in the chair with the back?
Is that you in the red shirt?
No, the red shirt is going to be you.
There you are. Yes. Right. Let me get it like this. That's Hetty. But
See?
Amy says, "Didn't you say Eric wants this painting to represent all that is good in the world?" What did you decide on this topic of including yourself? So,
you know what? I have given a terrible job to everybody, also from Eric, when he said, don't put anybody into the picture unless they tell you how they see themselves. Not how the world sees them, but how they see themselves. And that's very difficult. And I find that it's very difficult for people to say anything which doesn't sound.
should I get you water?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Actually, you want some of my tea?
He's coming back.
Here, then I don't have to move. You want some of my tea?
Yes, thank you.
And
Are you noticing that I am able to do this because I'm leaning on this? I'm so excited. Now, just know one thing. Since the paint of what I'm doing now with the features is wet, I don't dare touch to correct anything, because all artwork, in my case, is trying and trying again. I want to go back to the multiple people.
The multitudes, yeah. But should I finish reading what other people said, or no?
Yes.
Okay. So Kathy says, I did tell you Eric will guide you. And here you are, be able to paint small faces.
Yes.
And Brenda is watching. Brenda Galland. And Brenda says, wonderful to watch you adapt and continue to create like the true artist you are. Dina says it has been a miracle. Nothing was going to stop Hetty, not even lupus. And Dina said, and Amy says, not acceptable. And then Amy says, you said many times faces shown of real people. No faces mean they're not real people. Hetty, 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 you are cheating us all.
Okay, I had made a decision a long time ago that there's so many people I want to paint that I can never paint somebody twice. I mean, not only twice, but more. So I have my whole family in a painting of Louisiana Street in Long Beach. And relatives, etc., which stops me from ever having to anything anymore, except you don't ever want to get bored. If I would be doing pencil, I would never be bored, because when you draw somebody by pencil, they start to talk, and you get to know them, and you don't really know them until they speak. Do you see how carefully I'm doing this? Because this allows me not to suffer. Okay? But I never dreamed that I could do this. I never dreamed. But I would like you to see these brushes. Wherever I put them, right here. I was a kid in a candy store, and I just bought, because they're miracles. Remember, if you don't do details, you can take brushes and enjoy them. But if you need details and a hair falls out of a brush, you're lost. And a good brush doesn't shed hair. What the Russos did, they started a playground for children with disabilities. So I'm going to do figures here. How I'm going to do them, I don't know yet, because the thing is, they have to fit in the correct way. This drawing, the children did for little Teresa. And little Teresa always had a ribbon in her hair. So I can have fun with the ribbon right now. The reason I needed to do it this way was because Eric and I admired the Russo family so, because little Teresa was born with multiple problems of movement, and the children never made her feel different. The whole family just was a family of love. And I think the world needs to know about that. Because we don't know how to give love. easily. We do know how to make war. We do know how to hurt people. And I've said it before, but I think there are always new people, and I do need to say this, that Eric said, when our century is over, and they write about it, they will do what the newspapers do. They will write of slavery, the Holocaust, World War, people buying assault rifles and shooting children in school. But Eric said, these are not the people we know. The people we know, which is most of the people in the world, are never written about. Oops, Kenny said time is running out. Kenny, could you read any more comments for me?
Absolutely.
Because they make me so happy.
Danielle says, hi, Hetty. I will message you regarding the lupus writing. Love
Thank you.
Danielle. And Sandy is watching. Sandy Kelman-Elzek is watching. And Kathy Lahan Cawthorn says, how I love to hear you giggle. What fun I have with you as we laugh like two little girls. And Dina says, thank you, Hetty and Kenny, for making this all work and get these to you in time. It was a pleasure to find a way to continue to bring all of it was a pleasure to find a way to continue to bring all of us so much joy with your love, Hetty, passion, and new brushes.
And also what I want to do is, I want to say, and I'll just have Kenny quote Walt Whitman before I say I love you all. There are voices within us of beings. And Walt Whitman, Kenny, could you read what Walt Whitman said?
Where is it? Did I bring it with me? Okay.
When I mentioned this to Kenny, he said, listen to what Walt Whitman said.
I'm going to have to remember it pretty much, which is, do I contradict myself? Very well. I am large. I contain multitudes. And Amy said, is foundation spelled like that intentionally? I guess.
Did I make a mistake?
No. I think that's just that you did a fancy F, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And maybe the T isn't crossed.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that looks like kind of an L.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you. Any comments are so necessary and so very welcome. And I do want to say that there are voices in us, but we found out with the telescope, the James Webb telescope, that we don't reproduce as one. When they discover a new galaxy, each galaxy has more galaxies. And that's what's so amazing. Okay, let me just say one thing, because I think the time is up. I won't touch this for another week because it's so wet. But eventually you will see all the features. And eventually will take a long time. Because when you're not around, I'm going to have fun and work on large shapes. Because all of the people need work. I love you all. Goodbye, thank you.